Happy Sunday mga ka-freelance! Welcome back to another episode of the Filipino Freelancer. This channel is all about helping you start and grow your freelancing business so you can have more time and more financial freedom while working with amazing clients and doing work that you love. Since weekend on mga ka-freelance, I thought I'd make a pretty chill video this Sunday, just answering some of your questions on some of the comments you left on my YouTube videos. Aside from the questions that I will be answering, I will also be including featured comments from some of our YouTube videos. So without further ado, let's start this pretty chill video. First question is from Robert De Jesus. Sabi niya, hello po, what laptop would you recommend for video editing? I'm really interested in editing videos, that's why I want to pick it as my niche. When it comes to video editing laptop, the first model that comes to mind is yung Huawei MateBook T15 because it has a Ryzen 5 processor, Vega 8 graphics, and 8GB memory. So pretty much any model that has similar specifications to this one is good enough for video editing. Now, to give you guys an idea, yung first video editing laptop ko was a MacBook Pro Retina 15-inch model, which was pretty good, more than enough for video editing at that time. But since then, I've switched to a desktop or PC, and yung specs ko now is nothing fancy. It's basically just an Intel i7 7700 non-K. It's 4 cores and 8 threads. Then I have a Zotac 1060 6GB graphics card with 32GB of RAM. Then I have 1TB HDD and 2TB of SSD. And I'm using a 24-inch Samsung monitor. Nothing fancy in my setup. There's no RGB, there are no lights. It's purely functional and it gets the job done. But hindi ako nagsimula with this setup. Over time, I slowly improved it one part at a time. So I started with improving yung memory ko, which was just an HDD. Then I switched to a 250GB SSD for faster boot up and faster opening of my apps. Then I upgraded my RAM to 16 gigs. Then I upgraded my graphics card, and again my RAM all the way up to 32 gigs. So if you're interested sa full setup ko, I will leave links in the description box below. So my advice to aspiring freelancing video editors is get at least a 4-core Intel or Ryzen processor, and then at least 8GB of RAM. If kaya 16GB, even better. Then go with a 500GB SSD along with a 1TB HDD. Next question is from Hacker Anonymous. Sabi niya, hello po, ask ko lang if di-delete niyo po yung account niyo sa Upwork and gagawa ng bago, di ko na ba pwedeng gamitin yung email na ginamit ko sa dinelete kong account? Thank you in advance. So I think yung tinatanong niya is, if nag-apply ka for Upwork using a specific email, tas na-reject ka, hindi na-approve yung application mo, pwede mo ba gamitin ulit yung email na yun once you delete that account and apply again for Upwork? To be honest, I'm not really sure, but ang alam ko is that if you use the same email, Upwork will recognize that as the same account and thus will not accept your application. So I would suggest creating a new email and using that to apply again for Upwork. Next comment is from Mary Grace Vicente. Sabi niya, sir, yung receipt ba kailangan talaga bumili sa BIR? So this question is from my BIR video, and I said na no, you don't have to buy the receipt from BIR itself. You can buy it from their accredited vendors. And if you're interested, I will leave a link to the list of accredited vendors for BIR. Next question is from Ikra Batool or Batol. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong. But sabi niya, sir, how can we become independent from freelancing platforms? Please reply. And this is actually a great question, and I want to address it in this video. So to answer this question, let's take a look at what freelancing platforms actually do. So basically what they do is they connect business owners or entrepreneurs or anybody who needs help with something to service providers who are offering their services. Now, if you're just starting out on your freelancing career, or even if you're in the midst of your freelancing career, this is a great option to conveniently connect with business owners who might need your help. And in exchange for doing this, Upwork gets a 20% fee for each client that you close or each project that you close. And that is a totally fine way to get new clients. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be independent of using freelancing platforms like Upwork, we need to figure out a way to directly connect with clients. And that's why I always say that it's important to choose a market or a niche, because once you choose a market or a niche, you can figure out where that market hangs out, whether that be in Facebook groups, LinkedIn, or they could even be in Clubhouse, Twitter, or Instagram. Literally, clients are everywhere. You just need to choose a specific market to focus on. Because if you don't choose, wala kang focus, you'll be all over the place and you're trying to look for everybody at the same time. But if you have a focus, if you have a niche that you want to target, you can research that niche as much as you can and figure out ano ba yung problems nila, how can you help, and where do they hang out, where can I connect with them directly besides freelancing platforms. And so if you want to learn more about the ideal freelancing business, please check out a link to a video in the description box below. So now let's go into some of my favorite comments from our videos. First is from John Orly Saison. Sabi niya, thanks for this, bro. Got some tips about selling. So this was from my how to sell your service video, and I actually connected with John through Facebook and binalitaan niya ako that he was about to close a client through cold email. So if you're watching this, John, good job for connecting with that client and congrats on closing the deal. Let me know how that project goes. Next featured comment is from Riva Vivian Joy Parejo. Sabi niya, thank you for this, John. I decided to buy this one to use for my business. And yung tinutukoy niya is yung Red Dragon Hitman webcam, which I posted a week ago, yung review ko. And nakakatuwa lang to see somebody who took my advice, took my review, and used it for their business. And I think, Riva, you won't regret your decision in buying that webcam. It's really a great value for the price, and so far, happy naman ako sa performance niya. And last featured comment is from Matt Cesar. Sabi niya, wow, in the US, freelance video editors make $400 to $1,000 per day, not per month. I get that the cost of living is higher in the US, but it still doesn't seem possible to work for that little money. And I totally agree. That's one of the reasons why I started this channel, to teach fellow freelance video editors, especially from the Philippines, to value their worth and know that what they're offering is worth much more than what they think. And personally, I know some video editors who make more than what I mentioned, more than $1,000 per month, way more than that. That was just the benchmark that I set, because $1,000 is 50,000 pesos a month, which is way more than what the average Filipino makes. But at the same time, if you position yourself correctly, if you position yourself as somebody who understands your market or your niche's problems, you can charge way more than that. And that's something that I am passionate about, teaching other freelance video editors. And it's something that I'm going through as well. I'm going through the same process of valuing my work and knowing what my work is worth, because I know it can help other business owners. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this chill Sunday. I really enjoy reading your comments and questions, and I enjoy answering each and every one of them as much as I can. And if you have more questions about freelancing, about video editing, about BIR, any of that stuff, please do leave a comment down below and I will try my best to answer your question. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you want to learn more about freelancing, then check out the playlists on the screen right now. Here's to your success on your freelancing career, and I'm excited for your journey. Peace.